Mr. Owens was killed on a Friday afternoon. His wife said she was reading a magazine and was innocent. The chef claimed that he was making breakfast and was innocent as well. The maid had been folding clothes, and the butler was taking a shower, as his mother was helping the gardener plant carrots in the garden. Who killed Mr. Owens? The chef. Because he said he was making breakfast. Mr. Owens was killed in the afternoon, not in the morning. A king has no heirs and no queen, and he holds a contest to see who his heir will be. He gives each child of the kingdom a seed and promises that whichever child has the largest and most beautiful plant will earn the throne. It's a metaphor for his kingdom. At the end of the contest, each of the children came back to the palace with an enormous and beautiful plant in their hand, each expecting to be the next ruler. He looks at all the children's plants, but finally decides that a little girl who has an empty pot is going to be the next queen of the kingdom. If he had promised that the one with the most beautiful plant would win, why did he choose the little girl over all of the other children who had plants that grew? The king had given each child a fake seed so that none of the plants would grow, and the little girl had been the only one honest enough to not switch the seeds to make herself look better. What is a word in English that has 9 letters but can remain a word at each step when you remove one letter from it, even to the point of a single letter remaining? You should list each letter as you are removing them, and you should list the resulting word at each step you make. Startling is the beginning word. When you remove the L, it turns to starting. From there, you will need to take away the T to turn the word into staring. If you keep going from there, you can turn it into sting, then sing, sin, in, and then, finally, I, when you've reached the final word. The fighters are lined up and placed with gratification. There is a duo of lines that will stand alongside each other. A single component will be able to deduce whether the other rows are going to be divided or united. What is the thing that we are talking about? We are talking about a zipper. 2 politicians sit at a table and discuss business. They each order the same drink. One politician, named Tommy, drinks his right away and orders another. He drinks his second in a gulp, but decides to wait before he orders another. The other politician, named Tony, sips his drink but suddenly falls forward and dies. Both men were set up to be assassinated. Why, then, did Tony die, and why did Tommy live? This is how Tommy lived. Both men in this riddle were given drinks with poison. However, the poison was in the ice. Tommy had finished his drink at a rapid pace, and the ice was still intact. Because the ice stayed intact, the poison wasn't released, which is why he lived. Tony died because he was sipping his drink, and the ice had time to melt and release the poison that killed him. I am never fat, but I can be very thin. You always need me around, but I never crowd you, and I give you your space. You can use a lot of me, especially if you like to talk. I am always around for you, but the ability to view me will not happen. What am I? What am I is air. If I order a sword that is priced at $400, but I live in an area where I cannot have a package longer than 9 feet, and my sword is 9 feet and 1 inch, how would it be mailed to me without breaking the rules of the country that I am in? I would like my sword to arrive in one piece. Get a package that is 9 feet on each of the sides, and then place the sword diagonally in the box. It can be placed inside, with plenty of room to spare. Therefore, it would not break any of the rules, and I would have it mailed to me on time. You're supposed to keep me as straight as possible, though you can very rarely do so. For much of the time, I am curved or slightly bent, and your sadness or depression can cause me to bend even further. If you keep bending me over and over again, or if you bend me for too long, you may find that I am unable to straighten out again. What am I? What am I is your posture. There was a driver for a businessman who was going the wrong way down a street that was one way. On his way, he passes 7 police officers who watch him go the wrong way down a one-way street, yet none of them make a move to stop him or even speak to him angrily. Instead, they smiled, waved, and wished him well. Why did none of the 7 police officers stop him? The driver wasn't driving. He was walking. Therefore, no crime was committed. A cleaner of windows is high above the ground, placed at the 12th level at a hotel. Upon stumbling, he begins to tumble downward. Though there is no equipment to prevent dangerous activity, he is fine. This is impressive, but how did it happen? It happened as he was cleaning windows on the inside, not the outside. Kindly like, subscribe, and share.